Today, I want to tell you a little story about a boy growing up, about love, loss, and a very special girl named Nikki. Now, Nikki, when I first met her, it was a nice little night, a little chilly. Well, she's a little big, maybe just a little big. Not tall, but she was a little big. But you know what? In the vernacular of our transatlantic cousins, she was fit. You know what I mean? She had the kind of personality, when she wanted to go somewhere, you're taking her to that place. If you want to go somewhere, she'd be happy to take you. She had the kind of personality where she was always ready for any adventure. She had the kind of personality that made you want to just take care of her. I remember some nights, not nights, but some days, seeing her. If it was a chilly day, you know, help keep her warm. So she needed somebody to help her out. Now, it can be hard to say. I'm telling you all this about who this Nikki person is, what Nikki is. But if you don't really know what Nikki is to me, Nikki was my first car. That's right. She was a white Cadillac Eldorado, 1989, black Land Rover, red leather interior, beautiful machine, V8, kind of car when you turn it on, it returns the favor. Now, see, I got this car when I was about a sophomore in high school. My dad found it cheap, and I didn't care. Every day I'd wax that car. Every day I checked the tires. I just took care of that car, made sure it was clean. I could see my face in that car. It had its dings, it had its bruises, it had its little hiccups here and there. But you know what? It was an old car. It was an old machine, a little older than me, which is old for cars. And I had to respect it. It was just a wonderful machine, and it got me anywhere I wanted to go. It was the point in my life where I could have freedom. I could go places. I didn't have to rely on my parents to get around. I could actually go places and do things. Had a job so I could pay for the gas. I could go places. But then you had to lose it. But when I was a junior in high school, now I have been very careful with driving this car. Very careful. Very careful. And one day, we're on this little road right next to a gas station. I remember this like yesterday. It just rained the day before. Sitting in the front seat. My friend's next to me. We're just talking. Car in front of me stops. Now, by show of hands, is it logical to stop when he stops in front of you? By show of hands, yes? Yeah. By round of applause, how do you feel? All right, so he stops. I stop. I think, all right, everything's good. Almost home. My friend talking, change the radio, look in the rearview mirror. Crash! Green Civic right behind me, smashes into me. Not just smashes, but destroys my rear, but the whole back of the car became one piece. I don't know how to describe it any worse than that. I could still drive it miraculously, but it was not going to last very long. So I open the door, I get out, I look at the green Civic behind me. No! I said a few choice words at that moment, some four-letter words that I won't really get back anytime soon, but they got to be said. That person has murdered my Nikki. The person has murdered my first car. How can I forgive that? The last thing I heard Nikki say in her vernacular was, it was terrible. Eventually, we just had to deal with it. I saw the person who crashed me get out of their car. Saw it wasn't this girl. Look on her head. I had to stop being mad, so I calmed down eventually. And we talked. I found out this is just like an accident. Yada yada yada. Yeah. All I kept hearing was, "I hurt your car. I hurt your car. I hurt your car." But anyway, so my friend is fine. He didn't have any troubles going on. My dad comes down. He's talking to me like, "Hey, at least you're safe. At least your friend's safe. At least no one got hurt." And so, over time, I somehow drive the car to my house, drive it away from the accident. It drove for a little while after that too. And so I'm going to give you, but that moment caused more problems. It wasn't even if it was a big problem. If it was any little thing that went wrong with that car, I blamed it on that accident. For example, one day I was driving to Columbia because I had to go to my scholarship board for Marines, which I didn't get, whatever. But so I'm driving down the road. All of a sudden, all the lights go off. Just all the lights. I still drive, but all the lights just went off. Damn Honda Civic, green Honda Civic. One day, I was driving, last time actually I drove it, I was driving down to my house, spilled Coke in my car. Damn you, Honda Civic! So, when I saw Nikki, it was my driveway. The insurance company had told me some bad news. The crash was terminal. I had to get rid of the car. It cost too much to fix the bumper than it would actually cost for the whole car. So I had to get rid of it. They wouldn't fix it. So when I saw Nikki, she was driving down my driveway with some other man in her. But I have to forgive her. I had to grow up. I had to move along. I learned something that day. You don't have everybody forever. But what you do have forever is the time you spend with them. Thank you.